I was talking about the economics of healthcare and the problem of what's called third-party payer, which is how consumers behave, and for that matter, how providers behave when somebody else is paying the bill. And in the case of the healthcare sector, especially in the United States, 89% of healthcare costs are paid for by somebody other than the consumer. So the consumer has no incentive to optimize, no incentive to shop around, no incentive to control costs, because for the most part, they're buying with other people's money. And of course, doctors and hospitals and other healthcare providers, they respond to that system by having very bureaucratic and inefficient systems. They charge high prices because, again, they're not subject to market forces. And so I was mostly focusing on simply getting across that point, because if people understood how government intervention had destroyed normal market forces in healthcare, that would go a long way to helping people realize that something needs to change. And the answer won't be just more government, because that caused the problem in the first place. Getting people to understand there's a problem, assuming you can grab their attention, that's not too difficult. The great challenge, which I admitted in my remarks, is how do you convince them that we should try to put the toothpaste back in the tube? And that's not easy. Because if you start taking away the subsidies, the third-party payer, a lot of people will be very worried that, oh my goodness, I'm not going to have the insurance company or the government paying my health care bill, and the prices keep going up every year. I'll suddenly be in a terrible financial position. And of course, I try to say, but if we take away those subsidies, prices will come down. But it's very difficult for people to believe that, because so often people from Washington tell them things that aren't true. But here's the key thing. If you show them that in the few areas of the healthcare sector where you don't have the third-party subsidies, prices come down every year, I think that's compelling evidence. But how many people are we actually reaching? We need to somehow get that message across, not just to hundreds of people, not just to thousands of people. We need millions of people to understand that.